coming
No,
up.
Hold up.
Excuse that.
That's
No
a class
excuse
issue.
for them.
That is a class issue. Listen, let me tell you something. As much as you saying that black people are doing wild stuff, white people did a lot more wilder.
Like what?
I never seen a black person hang a Chinese person. They
Don't believe what you read.
What? But how, so okay, all right.
They wanna deceive
all right. Hold on.
you.
All right, well, let's not do that. So
Don't- they
all right.
wanna
So I
deceive
wasn't
you,
around
don't
for that.
believe it.
But I have never seen a black person go in a white church and shoot up the whole church either.
Well, you have been around a long time. Do you believe racism exists?
Absolutely.
And where's your proof of that?
When was the last time you stepped inside of a prison?
About a year or two.
Okay. And how many black people did you see there?
A truckload. Everybody and their mama.
I think
black.
that's every state.
Right.
I think that's a pure sign of racism to me.
That's your proof?
I think so. What I know about prison, and I have a lot of experience in
Right.
prison. Prison is a business, right?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
prison.
But it should be.
So when prison is a business, somebody has to fill these prisons because the money needs to be made, correct?
Right.
Okay.
If
Hold
they
on.
didn't do
Let me.
it- if they didn't do the crime-
Hold up.
No.
Hold up. Let me finish.
Hold
Don't
on
you
a
cut me
minute.
off.
I'm
Do
asking
not
this
cut.
question.
Hold up. Don't ask me a question before I finish.
No, I'm asking you-
Zip.
I'm asking you- no.
Zip it.
I asked
Listen,
you,
hold
you're
up.
not
I'm not
answering my question.
finished.
You're not answering my question.
I'm not finished.
If they
I'm
didn't
not.
do the
I'm not.
crime,
I'm not.
would
I'm not.
they
I'm
do
not.
the-
I'm not.
if they didn't
I'm
do
not.
the-
I'm not.
If they didn't
I'm
do
not.
the crime,
I
would they do
am
the
not.
time?
I'm not.
Why can't you
I'm
answer
not
the question? We don't have much time.
finished. So let me finish, and
Make
then
it
we
a
won't do this.
make it a
Hold
short-
up.
make it a short
Zip.
answer. What's your impression of black people?
They're people.
They are people?
Yes.
Why they're so out of control? Most of them are literally out of control. The men are weak, the women are angry, and the kids are crazy. Why are they so out of control? Not all, but most. Why are they so out of control? The blacks.
I believe it was designed like that
You believe it was designed like that?
Yeah.
By who?
by whoever's in control.
And who is in control? Maxine Waters, the Wicked Witch of the West?
By whoever's in control. I believe, and this goes back to what I was saying about the drugs and about all of this stuff. I feel like somebody has to fill these jails.
Amazing. So do you believe if blacks were raised by fathers and mothers together who were good, decent people, that they would be out of control still?
No, I definitely don't believe that.
So who is controlling this to make them act?
Whoever's bringing these drugs in, and whoever's making these laws, and whoever's doing all this stuff, and whoever's responsible for whatever system that we have right now. I believe.
But
that
you don't know who it is. You just believe somebody.
whoever's in control.
In control of the blacks or in control of the
Control
world?
of the world, of our country, of policy, of whatever.
I know you agree with me on this one.
You don't know?
No.
Yeah, because I don't know.
No.
You said
Have
some
you
crazy
noticed
shit.
that most black people hate white people?
Have I noticed most black people hate white people?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I would say that a lot of black people have indifferences with white people, and that's understandable.
Why is that understandable?
I mean, because we're like fresh from slavery. How long ago was slavery around? People are still affected by that.
But
you know
why
what I'm
didn't they hate them? Why, when I was growing up, blacks didn't hate whites. They didn't blame them or anything.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
I think it
okay.
was something in the water where you was at. I don't know. What that oh, amazing.
Amazing. So you are Chinese, right? So
Yes, I am.
how do the Chinese people see things or see the race? How do they see race?
How do Chinese people see race?
Yeah.
I think Chinese people we're insular people. Like, you know, our culture is like to keep it, you know what I mean? And then we don't really like, you know, to deal outside. I think that's just how the
Right.
culture was.
Yeah, I noticed
is. And I think,
Are they afraid of the black people?
I believe a lot of Chinese people are.
Yeah.
I believe so. But then I also know that Chinese people are afraid of white people too.
Yeah, but why are they afraid of the blacks?
By, you know, just what was depicted in in the media, also just by being in the neighborhoods and seeing all the crime and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
I've noticed that when the Chinese first started, well, I don't know about first, but when they moved into LA area, into the inner cities, blacks, rather than learning from them, because the Chinese would set up businesses and they would try to be nice, and rather than learning from them, the blacks would attack them, steal from them, and just really as though they had done something to them, had done something to them.
I wouldn't say that's a black or a race thing. I would say
Why would
that's,
you call
I,
that race
I
thing?
would say that as being a poverty thing. That's a class issue.
Don't
hold up.
excuse that.
That's
Don't
a class
excuse
issue.
for them.
That is a class issue. Listen, let me tell you something. As much as you saying that black people are doing wild stuff, white people did a lot more wilder.
Like what?
I never seen a black person hang a Chinese person.
You've been hanging around all
Amazing!
night.
I never seen that. I never seen a black person hang or kill or do anything like that just because they were a different color or
I've never
different.
seen that either. I've
But-
never seen
but-
a white person hang a black person because they were black.
Well,
Have you ever seen a white person hang a black person because they were black?
I seen a lot of, yeah. I mean,
Where-
I haven't
where did
seen
you-
it personally,
where'd
but
you see it?
I read about it.
Oh,
and
they don't believe what you read.
What? But how, so okay, all right. Well,
They
well,
wanna just
all right,
see
hold on.
you.
All right, well, let's not do that. So,
Don't- they
all
wanna
right. So
just
I
see
wasn't
you,
around
don't
for that,
believe it.
but
Right.
I have never seen a black person go in a white church and shoot up the whole church either.
Well, you haven't been around a long time.
Have you seen that? When was
Go
the
to
last time you saw
Chicago.
that?
They're doing it right now in Chicago.
Shooting white people.
Yeah.
Shooting white people.
More black people kill, rob, and rape and assault white people than white people do to blacks. And they just don't show it to you in the media because they want to deceive you and make you think that is one-sided.
So you're telling, hold on,
Because
hold on.
they
hold on.
wanna push
So you're
this
telling me,
idea-
you're telling me,
Hold on, wait a
that
minute, let me
black
finish.
people hurt.
Hey, you're
Okay,
not
go
letting
ahead,
me
go
finish.
ahead.
They want to give this idea that only white people are bad and everybody else are victim. It's just not true.
I'm not saying only white people are bad, but what you're saying is only black people are bad.
No,
and
I'm
I'm
not
just trying
saying
to
that.
show you that everybody is bad.
No, that's not true. You can find bad
Amazing.
in all races.
Hey, guys, this guy right here is amazing.
What is a man?
A man is a person, a real man. A man to me is a person that takes care of their responsibilities and their family.
Are you married with children?
No.
No family. Do you plan on marrying, having children?
Yeah,
You do. Okay. How important is a family to you?
family is very important.
Do you believe racism exists?
Absolutely.
And where's your proof of that?
My proof?
Yes.
When was the last time you stepped inside of a prison?
About a year or two
Okay. Where was this prison at?
up north.
Where?
Up in, I believe we were up in the Fresno area, somewhere up in there.
How many black people did you see there?
A truckload. Everybody and their mama.
I think
Black.
I think that's every state.
Right.
I think that's a pure sign of racism to me.
That's your proof?
I think so.
Is your proof that blacks in prison, that's a proof of racism?
Yep.
Had they not done the crime, would they be doing the time?
Yeah, but it's bigger than the crime, my friend.
How is that?
Because it's all right. So, what I know about prison, and I have a lot of experience in
Right.
prison. Prison is a business, right?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
prison.
And it should be.
So when prison is a business, somebody has to fill these prisons because the money needs to be made, correct?
Right.
Okay. So when you have a prison, you have to find prisoners, correct?
Right.
Okay,
If they
hold
didn't
on.
do
Let me.
if they didn't do the crime-
Hold up.
No.
Hold up. Let me finish.
Hold
Don't
on
you
a
cut
minute.
me off.
I'm
Do
asking
not
this
cut.
question.
Hold up. Don't ask me a question before I finish.
no, I'm
Hold
asking
up.
you-
Zip.
I'm asking you-
Zip.
no, no, no.
Zip it.
I asked
Listen.
you,
Hold
but
up.
you're not
I'm
answering
not
my question.
finished.
You're not answering my question.
I'm not finished.
If they
I'm
didn't
not.
do the
I'm not.
crime,
I'm not.
would they do
I'm
the-
not. I'm not.
if they didn't
I'm
do
not.
the-
I'm not.
If they didn't
I'm
do
not.
the crime,
I
would they do
am
the
not.
time?
I'm not.
Why can't you
I'm
answer
not
the question? We don't have much time.
finished. So let me finish, and
Make
then
it
we
a
won't do this.
make it a
Hold
short-
up.
make
Yep,
it a
yep,
short
zip,
answer.
zip. Okay.
Make it a
So
short
what I'm
answer.
saying is, the prisons have to be filled, and somebody has to fill them. So if there are people in position of this country, and the majority of the people are black, That's a sign of racism to me.
So if they didn't do the crime, would they be doing the time?
How are the drugs brought into how are drugs, guns, and everything else brought into these areas? Why is this so prevalent in these areas and it's not in other areas? That's a question, because that immediately results in crime, into crime. Do you agree?
No.
You don't agree.
Uh-uh.
You don't agree that if we populate drugs, if we make drugs accessible right here and guns accessible right here, that's not gonna increase crime?
That's not racism.
Why not? How is that not racism?
Because it doesn't exist. It's a
It doesn't
made-up
exist.
lie.
Racism does not exist.
It's a made-up lie. May I tell you why?
Amazing. Who is this guy? Like, what the hell? What is this?
And so I grew up under the Jim Crow law. You ever heard of that?
Yes.
On
So,
a plant-
so that's not racism?
On a plantation.
Lord.
Born and raised on a plantation in Alabama.
Wow.
Not one time did anyone in my family pick up guns or take drugs or hate white people or blame anyone for their situation. And we grew up in a tin roof home, outdoors bathroom. If that causes crime, why didn't I see it then?
Because maybe drugs wasn't made available over there.
No,
There's
they were
different
around.
things.
No, they were around.
Well, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and try to debate with you on what I believe, and I think a lot of people out there, hey guys, everybody, I think a lot of people is gonna agree that drugs and guns is gonna and poverty is going to enhance criminal behavior. It's just gonna promote it, right? So now, what I'm telling you is, how can you come from the Jim Crow, how can you come from a plantation and not believe that there is racism? Like, I don't understand that shit.
Because it doesn't exist. It's a made-up lie by the children of the lie. So
You
let me ask
remind me
this.
of this officer that was in jail with me before that. He was an officer there.
Was he black?
And he was black, but he said that he wasn't black. He said he was actually French Canadian.
Oh,
Yeah.
so he really wasn't black.
No, he was black like you. He was black. I
Was
mean, are
he
you
from
black?
a different country?
Are you black?
As the Ace of Spades.
So I mean,
But let me ask you this: if these people who take these drugs and commit these crimes and do these things, if they had character, if they were men and women of character, would they be doing that?
Would they be doing what?
Killing and using drugs and things like that?
Listen, let me tell you something.
You're not answering that
No,
question.
I'm about to tell you something right now. I'm about to answer it right now.
You're not answering my
I
question.
am about to. Have
You
you
are
ever
not
seen?
answering the question.
Have you ever seen a drug addict?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you put drugs into play, it turns people into different people.
What make them take
The same
drugs?
thing that's wrong with you, or the same thing that's wrong with me, or
What's
the same
that?
thing, or the same thing. If they seen it all their lives, if they seen it, if they seen people using drugs all their lives, then it becomes normal.
My
then
son
it becomes
grew up
normal.
in New York. My son grew up in New York. He lived
Your
around.
son is one person.
He lived around
Your
people
son
that
is
he
one
saw
person.
take drugs.
Your son
and
is
there
one
were
person.
people in his family on his mother's side who drank, who took drugs, who did all those things. He had friends going through school who did it. He never did it at all. He
That's
neither
one
drank,
person. That's
but so it's
one.
not
How
true.
can you judge a whole nation of people and a whole group of people by one person?
If a man or a woman or a child had a man or woman of character, would they do drugs?
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yo, man, how you doing today?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Can you answer that? If they had character, if they were men or women of character.
I think I answered this like 30 times already, man. Like,
Maybe I'm black and slow.
You're gonna
I'm
keep
listening.
on.
If they
You say
were-
you're black, you're slow. What'd you say?
I'm black and slow, so it take me a little while. So
Amazing.